Okay. Hello, you're right. This is your second lesson for this week with the same title as before, which is Ma journée. Can you please trace a line from your previous lesson, write the date in French as usual, and Ma journée is your title. So the first activity you have here on your screen is to kind of conjugate the reflexive verbs that we mentioned in the first lesson, okay, with the correct, and you need to add the correct reflexive pronoun. So you remember there's a reflexive pronoun before the verb. For example, the first one is tu te lèves à quelle heure? At what time do you get up? Okay. And to help you out, there's a table there that just recaps which pronouns to use for which subject pronoun. So, je me réveille is me, tu te réveilles, il, elle se réveille, nous nous réveillons, vous vous réveillez, il, elle se réveille. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to write down those sentences, the 5 sentences that remain, and to select the correct reflexive pronoun before each verb. Okay, so pause this video, write the sentences, and select the correct reflexive pronoun. Thank you. Okay, so please take a red pen for correction. Okay, so je me lève, I get up at 8 o'clock. Mon père, il se lève à 5 heures. My father, he gets up at 5 o'clock. Ma mère, elle se lève à 6h30. My mom, she gets up at 6:30. Vous vous levez à quelle heure le week-end? At what time do you get up at the weekend? Mes amis, ils se lèvent à 11h. My friends, they get up at 11 o'clock. Okay. Okay. So we are continuing with the vocabulary on daily routine and time and looking a little bit more at reflexive verbs for this lesson. Okay. So, se coucher is a reflexive verb. Remember, je me couche. Okay. I put myself to bed. Tu te couches, the pronoun here. Elle se couche, nous nous couchons, vous vous couchez, il se couche. You've got in red the reflexive pronoun that goes before the verb. And otherwise, the conjugation of an ER verb, coucher, will be the exact same one. Okay. So, here, tu te réveilles à midi moins le quart. Elle se lave à 1h15. She washes herself at 1:15. Il se lave ou ils se douchent à midi. They wash themselves at noon. Okay. Nous nous couchons à 11h moins le quart. We go to bed at 11:45. Je m'habille à 1h30. I get dressed at 1:30. Okay. So I would like you now to copy this text and translate it into English. So please pause the video, copy the text that you see in front of you, and then translate this text into English. So the challenge to write your own routine. Pause the video and I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay. So please write this correction in red, even if you have one mistake. The reason being I would like you to have the perfect translation to the text you just had next to it. And that will help you when you need to do some writing or speaking. Oh, there's a mistake here. It says what time instead of what time. Obviously correct that. Okay. Now I would like you to conjugate the verbs that are in front of you. So you have s'habiller, se brosser, se laver, se doucher. Remember, you need to conjugate habiller, brosser, laver, doucher normally like an ER verb. We'll remove ER and we add the correct ending. And then you need to add the reflexive pronouns just before. Okay, so pause this video and conjugate these 4 verbs in your book. Okay, so please use a red pen to correct your work. Here are the corrections for s'habiller et se brosser, to get dressed and to brush. You can see for s'habiller here, because we have an H, okay, me becomes M apostrophe, te becomes T apostrophe, se becomes S apostrophe, okay. And then for se laver and se doucher, you've got the correction. So please correct in red. Okay. Now I would like you to read this text, okay, and to answer the questions in English. Okay. So please look at the text, look at the questions, obviously that's going to help you in trying to find out where in the text you need to look. So for example, the first one, what happens at 6 o'clock, translate in your mind 6 o'clock, okay? Then find that in the text, and then you will have your answer around there, okay? Use obviously the new vocab, but there could be some cognate as well that you know as well. So please pause this video, answer these 7 questions into English in your book. Okay. So first one, what happens at 6 o'clock? 6 heures, we know 6 o'clock is 6 heures, okay, which is highlighting now in the text. Je me réveille et je me lève, meaning I wake up and I get up. So the answer was Jean-Jacques wakes up and gets up. List all the things that he does after getting up before going to school. So here we've got d'abord je me lave. First of all, I wash myself. Je me lave. Et je m'habille is I get dressed. Ensuite, which means then, je me brosse les dents is I brush my teeth. Okay. So the answer is he washes himself, he gets dressed and brushes his teeth. What doesn't he do? So here we're looking at a negative. And we can see here, je ne prends pas de petit déjeuner is I don't have breakfast. So he doesn't have breakfast was the answer. What happens at 7:30? So here, same technique. We translate the keywords in the question, which is 7:30, 7h30. Okay, if we look at this in the text and then we zoom in the text, what does he do? Je quitte la maison. Okay, et je vais à l'école. Okay, so he leaves the house and he goes to school. What time does school finish? So here we're looking at the word finish, which is finir, and we can see l'école finit à midi, as school finishes at noon. And then he goes home. Je rentre à la maison. What does he do then? He goes home. Then what does he do at home? Je travaille dans le jardin is I work in the garden. Et je m'occupe des animaux is I look after animals. Okay. And what time does he go to bed? Go to bed is se coucher. So we're looking at that as well in the text. Je me couche. And then we're looking at heure, which is the time that we need. And at 20h, je me couche, meaning at 8 p.m. I go to bed. So 8 p.m. he goes to bed. And the reason is, je suis toujours fatigué. Sorry, je suis toujours fatigué is I'm always tired, very tired. Okay, I'll leave you some time to correct. Okay. So now I would like you to post a picture of your work via the assignment as usual, but also add in the comments an explanation about how you conjugate reflexive verbs. Okay. So thank you very much again for your work, and we'll see you soon.